Hi, guys. Hi, everyone. How is everyone doing? So we're so glad to see you guys here today. My name is Ria. I'm on the leadership development team with my fellow.
Hi, my name is Caitlin. I'm from Iowa State University.
And I'm seeing all my Texas. Oh, hello, Dia. Hi. Oh, I'm seeing my Texas people. Let's go. So I'm Ria, and I'm so glad to see everyone here today. And we're just about to get ready to start, and we're ready. We're vibing. We really love that everyone's back here, especially since we had a couple of technical difficulties last time. So everyone who came back, thank you for coming back. So a quick reminder, we're gonna have a giveaway this time. So I already see people up in the chat. So comment what school you're from, your name, and where your school, your city, your name, and 2 people will get a chance to win some UNICEF swag. So we're gonna have a cool raffle, and also answer this question. We want to know, what UNICEF event are you looking forward to this year? And oh, I see people from all over the place. Seattle, Los Angeles. See some more Dallas people. Let's go. Hello, everyone. Herbert Hoover High School, Lilia. And Riley is from Roosevelt High School in Seattle. Sadia, I hope I'm saying that right, is from Bronx. Oh, Jillian, I might. Please type in your phonetic spelling if I'm wrong. But Jillian is from Oak Grove High School in San Jose, and she's looking forward to Trick or Treat for UNICEF. I am too. What about you,
Me
Caitlin?
too.
Yeah, it's in a month.
Fun. Spooky season.
Spooky season. Let's go. It's actually not that. It's coming up really quickly. We have Halloween coming up super duper soon. I'm really excited. And let's see who else. Oh, Lorenzo's looking forward to the summit. That's in March. Really excited. Summit's gonna be fun. Let's go. Rachel's from Nashville. Riley's also psyched for trick or treat. Yes, month away. We're all getting ready for like our cool costumes. What Halloween costumes are you guys gonna be wearing? Comment. Oh, someone got 200 boxes. Very cool. Very cool. Nishant from Folsom, California. And trick or treat. Yeah, trick or treat's our first official fundraiser. So really, really excited. Oh wow, Riley's already doing her summit field trip paperwork. She's prepared. She's going. Okay. Then let's see. World Water Month is a cool. Oh, that's in March. Excited. Oh, Caitlin Montgomery from Frisco is looking forward to Trick or Treat for UNICEF and Water Walk. Woohoo. And okay. Who else? Okay, what next quick question, guys. What who's received their back to school kit? Oh, someone wants to get all her people in the front row at UNICEF Summit. Let's go. Let's go. And then who else? Okay, so comment also, guys. Comment what back to have you guys received your back to school kit yet? Yep. Oh, Lorenza has Rachel. Okay, what's your favorite part of it? Caitlin, what about you? What do you like?
I like the flag.
Oh, I love the flag.
It's so perfect to put on booths, and it gets everybody's attention. Everybody comes up if they don't know what UNICEF is, like, oh, what's the UNICEF? What's this big flag for? And we like tell them all the great things that UNICEF has to offer.
I know. Love that flags. And we have like 3 of those flags because of every year we just collect them. So we just have a stash of 3 flags. Yes, Neil, says he loves the flags too. Caitlin loves the stickers. I love the stickers too. Oh, so does Brianna. Lorenzo loves the buttons. The buttons for sure. Okay, yeah. The pins, honestly, are the best things. They are so useful. All the time. Like, we always give them out for like little trinkets for club members to have. We love them. And the posters. Yes, the posters are new. They're really cute. I love the posters. I like the stickers of the phone things. Ah, the little credit card things, right? Do you use those, Caitlin?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
I would lose my school ID every day if I didn't have my UNICEF one on the back of my phone.
I know, same. Honestly, I just love the little back to school kits. They always make me happy every time I see it.
It's like Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, Caitlin Montgomery says the pins multiply. We always give them out and still have so many. Yes, that's so true. Anya says everything. Me too, Anya. Me too. Okay, guys, what my next question is who's held their first meeting? Has anyone held their first meeting yet? Caitlin, have you held your first meeting?
We have held our first meeting. We had a UNICEF 101. It was awesome.
Nice. Nice.
And we have our second meeting this week. And we are going over trick or treat for UNICEF. I'm getting all pumped up and excited.
I can already see everyone in the chat box is saying that they love trick or treat. Oh, people are already saying a couple of weeks ago, last week, a few weeks ago, we had our first meeting today. We're having it. One person's having it right now.
Hey!
Let's go. Hey, guys. Tomorrow will be our fourth. Wow. People have already had 4. Jonathan is talking about a soap drive for aiding Hurricane Florence. That's pretty cool.
Amazing. Good work, guys.
That's pretty cool. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start our presentation. So one thing that's really cool about this UNICEF 101 presentation is that you guys can take this back to your clubs and present it to your club members and tell them what UNICEF is and how you guys aim to go out and like educate, fundraise, community build, all those sorts of things for UNICEF. So throughout the presentation, go ahead and chat your questions in the box. We'll definitely answer those towards the end. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me just switch over the screen to Caitlin. Okay. And okay. Caitlin, you're good.
All right. So like Rhea said, we're going to go over the UNICEF 101 presentation, but as many of you guys already are familiar with UNICEF, just think about how you would present this to your club or what questions you would have about presenting a UNICEF 101 presentation. And remember that this presentation is located on our resource page, so you guys all have access to it. It has notes in it to help you guys present it. So yeah, just think of some questions as we go along and enjoy the presentation.
Okay, so a little bit for our agenda. So for today, we're going to spend the first half talking about UNICEF Global and what UNICEF Global does. We're going to spend the second half of the presentation talking about UNICEF USA. We'll talk about how you can take action, and then we'll take questions. So continue to chat those questions in the box. We'll answer those towards the end, and then we'll take a couple of your guys' questions towards the end.
So first, we're going to go over what is UNICEF. So first, in the chat box, we want you guys to give a little blurb about what UNICEF is to you.
So I'll get a little started while we're waiting for everyone to chat in. UNICEF to me is an outlet for youth to go ahead and speak out on the issues they believe in and tell world leaders that, hey, children always come first. So we're just going to wait a little bit for the chat box. But yeah.
I'll go. UNICEF to me is a great initiative to get voices children to be heard, speaking actions about what's going to be involved in their future, what's going to affect their lives, definitely to get the ball moving on children's future and protecting children's rights.
Yes, and Riley agrees with us. She says, UNICEF is a chance to use my voice and platform to help other kids. Rachel says UNICEF means equity. Ooh, we're going to talk about that today, and for children and how to get involved. Zaira says UNICEF is an organization which allows individuals to come together to help everyone around the world. Nishant says a way to help children and improve our futures. Anya talks about a nonprofit organization that inspires adolescents to follow their dreams and aids in providing better. Oh, everyone's chatting in. Oh, cool. Jonathan says it's continual support of the youth, an entire generation to make a profound impact on protecting children throughout the world and through good global citizenship. So you guys covered a lot of it. That's really good. We're going to talk about a lot of these things as we continue on through our presentation today. So let's begin with talking about what UNICEF means. So the UNICEF acronym stands for the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. So as you can see on the screen here, United Nations Children's Fund, those are in black. And then you see International Emergency, it's in gray. So when UNICEF became a part of the UN system, it changed its name to United Nations Children's Fund, with reflecting on what it does today. It's not just emergency aid, but it's also going out and making sure that countries are solving long-term problems such as economic development, making sure that education is being put into place, things like that.
So a little background on UNICEF. It was first started after World War II to help children in Europe and China. Then the UN decided to expand it into an international development. In 1953, it was officially a part of the UN, and this is when the name was shortened to be
Caitlin, you good?
Oh, yep, sorry. My internet went out real quick.
You're good. You want to go back one, or you finish with that slide?
Yes.
Okay, great. So UNICEF has a global presence. It works in 190 countries and territories. We have 6 headquarters, and one of them is actually located in the US and New York. So any New York people in the chat, they can attest to it. They can go visit, And we also have 7 regional offices. You can see the 7 regions colored in green, orange, red, yellow, purple, pink, and blue. All of these regional offices take control of the 157 country program offices, and there's over 12,600 staff members. So UNICEF has a global presence.
So next we're going to go over the 7 big things to know about UNICEF.
So first, UNICEF is a human rights and development organization. It is not a charity. UNICEF actually works to help governments realize their responsibility to deliver every child's right to health, education, safe water, nutrition, other protection, child protection, etc. We'll talk about more of these program areas in a while. But it is a government's duty to meet these basic needs of the people. So when a government does expand upon children's rights and deliver aid, they're actually participating in development. Thus, UNICEF is a human rights development organization, not a charity.
Next, UNICEF believes in equity. Well, what is equity?
So let's look up the picture of equality. Over here, everyone is trying to reach the apple, but they can't because we're assuming that, they all are starting at the same level. But that isn't true. Everyone they're at a different point in their lives, and they have different stances that they have to take. So as you see in the far right, the girl on the right might be really, really short, and she can't reach that apple, but the person on the left, she's really, really tall and can reach that apple, but we've given them all the same support. However, if we treat everyone with equity, we're giving them different levels of support because we understand that there's different levels that they're at already. So the person on the far left, who's really, really tall, she doesn't need that much support, but we give it to her anyways. And the person on the right needs a little bit more support. So we give them more tools to make sure that they have a fair shot at eating. So when we treat everyone equitably, we understand that they're at different levels in their life at the moment.
Next, UNICEF is a leader in emergencies. UNICEF is dedicated to ensuring a set of core commitments to children in humanitarian crisis, no matter where they are. Just in 2017, UNICEF responded to 337 humanitarian situations all over the world.
UNICEF is an expert on data and has the right data to get the job done. UNICEF has access and influence. So UNICEF has access and influence. We work with government to solve problems, and we solve them at the highest level. We work from the government level and we work down. We also work at a community level. We talk to the local people. We talk about what problems they face and try to solve it on that local level. So this allows for sustainability and allows our programs to actually be effective and implemented in a great way.
UNICEF is also a leader in shaping the global development agenda. UNICEF helped shape the 17 global goals for sustainable development in 2030. These goals were to reach every child, tackle poverty, achieve gender equality and violence against children, and preventable child and maternal deaths, and empower adolescents to break the cycle of chronic crises.
So UNICEF has expertise in the data to get the job done right. So an important part of development is research, so that we can understand what problem exists and how we can solve them. So when we fund research, we can identify obstacles to progress and actually improve effectiveness. So UNICEF is a global leader for data. It's used by many countries to make sure that they can solve their problems and get the job done right.
Finally, UNICEF gives children a voice. UNICEF advocates for children to be heard and listened to, especially when regarding issues that affect their lives and their future.
So we have 5 goals that we want to accomplish by 2021. One of them is child survival, education, child protection, safe and clean environments, and social inclusion. These are the 5 goals that we hope to accomplish by the end of 2021.
Next, we're going to go over examples of UNICEF's programmatic work. We again would like you to share in the chat box some programs that you have heard of or that you have been involved in.
Some things we do at our school, we talk about education. We educate our members about nutrition. We educate them about health. So we did an activity where we actually replicated situations where kids could be in, so that the members could understand, what the kids face. And a great thing that we love to do is our water walk. We love talking about that. We love doing that. So what are something similar to water walks, or to educate your members on the different program areas that UNICEF has to know about?
I know every year our school at Iowa State has a booth to educate people about sex trafficking and child labor that goes around the world. Because a lot of people are unaware because it does not happen right in front of their eyes. But when you have a booth to educate people about it, it really sparks their interest, gets them informed, makes them want to take action to prevent these sort of things.
So Sadia says that they do a soup kitchen where students take part in feeding kids from facilities. So that's a really good way to talk about nutrition and how kids need those ways. They need access to food, they need access to nutrition. Lilia, I hope I'm saying that right, had an art gallery in April to educate people about UNICEF and human rights. Ooh, that's such a cute idea. I love the idea of a little art gallery. Riley did some end trafficking events. They also sponsored clubs to talk about girls' equality. They watched Bended Like Beckham with the Indian Culture Club. I love that movie. Yes. Anna volunteers at the food bank, so talk about nutrition similar to the soup kitchen. Lorenzo held a seminar for human traffic awareness last year. Jonathan donated sandwiches. That's very cool. We do a making meals for the homeless every month. That's very interesting. We make sandwiches every month. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple more. Neil had a trafficking convention. Oh, trafficking. Hold on. They had a trafficking. So they talked about trafficking in a concert hall to spread awareness about local trafficking organizations. And one more. Rachel, she made food packs at our local youth center to make homeless youth at our school. That's very, very cool. So I see a similar trend with homelessness and talking about food and nutrition. That's really, really cool. I love talking about food and all that stuff. Very, very fun. So let's go ahead and move on to the next slide. Health. So one of one of UNICEF's program areas is talking about health. So children face a lot of obstacles when it comes to this. Every day, 15,000 children under the age of 5 will die from causes that we can prevent. So many kids die from malaria, diarrhea, pneumonia, and complications that occur during birth. But 1 in 5 children miss out on life-saving vaccines. So what is UNICEF doing to solve this problem? Caitlin, you want to click it? Yeah, there we go. So between 1990 and 2016, UNICEF and their partners helped prevent the deaths of 122 million children under the age of 5. UNICEF is the largest buyer of vaccines worldwide, and UNICEF helped train 83,000 community health workers. So this is an example of UNICEF working on a local level to help push their programs and making sure that every child has access to healthcare and vaccinations.
Next, we're going to talk about education. The world do not have the resources or opportunities to go to school. UNICEF provides leadership and support on education policies and programs in 142 countries. So 263 million children are out of school, and 15 million children or primary age girls will likely never learn how to read or write in school. And completing primary and secondary school would lift 420 million people out of poverty. So to solve these issues, UNICEF has reached out to 8.8 million children in humanitarian situations with educational support. They have provided learning materials to 12.5 million children, and they have supplied more than 248,000 classrooms with educational materials.
So child protection. UNICEF aims to protect children from abuse, exploitation, and violence because 168 million children worldwide work in hazardous conditions. 150 million girls will be married before they turn 18, and every 5 minutes a child is killed from violence. So UNICEF works with governments to strengthen policies to protect kids. In between 2014 and 2017, UNICEF targeted 11 million people with messages to prevent child marriage, helped 12,000 kids with care after they were released from armed groups, and they registered over 52 million births. That's pretty cool. So they help kids actually have the potential to reach adulthood.
The next UNICEF program we're going to talk about is WASH, which a few of you have brought up already, the Water, Sanitation, and Hygiene Program. So 2.1 billion people lack safe drinking water at home. Roughly 800 children die every day from diarrhea due to unsafe wash. And children, especially girls, often experience violence, exploitation, and abuse as they undertake long, unsafe journeys to collect water. UNICEF works with governments, communities, and organizations to ensure that households have access to safe and secure supply of water and sanitation facilities. They have invested $1 billion into WASH to reach the most vulnerable children. They have reached 45 million people with improved water supplies and 22 million with improved sanitation and improved WASH facilities and services in over 51,000 schools.
So our last program is social inclusion. So UNICEF believes that every child has the right to social safety net so that they can have food, a house, clean water, and access to education. But right now, 385 million children are living in extreme poverty. 65% of children cannot afford any social protection programs, and half of all the kids in South Asia and 2/3 of kids in sub-Saharan Africa are multidimensionally poor. So what has UNICEF done? In 2017, UNICEF invested $1.2 billion in support of greater equity for children from 2014 to 2017. We co-founded the Global Coalition to End Child Poverty, and also we supported 182 million children through cash transfer programs.
So that completes the first half where we talk about UNICEF International. And next, we're going to go into what UNICEF USA specifically does. So UNICEF USA is a national committee that works to increase the engagement of all Americans who care about the well-being of children, done through advocacy, education, and fundraising for UNICEF International's work.
So UNICEF's mission is to work for the survival, protection, and development of children worldwide through advocacy, education, and fundraising for UNICEF's work. We also want to increase engagement of all Americans who care about the well-being of our children. Our vision is a better world for children everywhere.
So a little background about UNICEF USA. Oh, sorry. It was founded in 1947. UNICEF USA is one of 33 national committees that secures crucial funding for UNICEF. Together, the 33 committees raise approximately 33% of UNICEF's operational budget.
That's insane. Our impact. So not only did we do that, but since its inception, UNICEF USA has provided UNICEF and a lot of other NGOs with $7.2 billion in cash and gifts in kind. And if you were at the summit last year, we successfully advocated Congress to allocate that $132.5 million for UNICEF in fiscal year 2016 and 2017. So good job, you guys who were at summit. Really proud of you. And that's our impact. That's the impact you guys have on a global level.
So furthermore, how can we take action? We want you guys to think globally, but act locally.
So one way to do that is to become a global citizen. So what does that mean? Global citizens are citizens of the world, and we can engage on a global level rather than just a local level. Why? Because being a global citizen allows us to tackle issues such as injustice, inequality, inequity, value the strengths and diversity of everyone, and take action in a personal and meaningful way. We can do that by recognizing that we are all interconnected and valuing that we are all interconnected and value the diversity that we bring to the table. So look at the world's issue, not just from a local community, but from a global scale.
We also want you guys to stay under whatever you learn about at your club meetings to your friends, to your family out there. The big stay using social media on audience. Do the things doing, and you can do that at home too. You can write, call, or visit your local representatives. Fundraise. Take part in club events to help fundraise for UNICEF USA. Also, work to build a community. Build relationships with local organizations, schools, and faith-based institutions.
Some other leadership opportunities that you guys have locally. Get involved in your club leaderships. You guys are all club leaders. Continue to be club leaders and continue to empower your local community. Some national opportunities. So attend the annual UNICEF Summit. As Jake pointed out in the chat, he said that we have to advocate for the fiscal year funding again. So come to the summit, help us advocate, and meet other students across the whole nation. Apply to be in the National Council, which we'll get into that more in detail soon, and participate in these leadership development sessions. These are for you guys so that you guys can develop as a leader and make sure that you are the best and the best leaders that you already are.
So thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you got something out of this. Again, start thinking about how you would like to present UNICEF 101 to other club members, how you would present this as a leader. And next we will go into questions, but first we have a question for you guys. We want to know what makes you nervous about presenting or speaking in front of people. I know for me, if I'm in front of a crowd, I'll tend to talk really, really fast and forget words and blow through a presentation in 3 minutes. So to relax myself, I make sure I'm like counting to a beat, speaking to a beat, making sure that I'm not zooming through everything.
Yeah, for me, I tend to do the same thing. I tend to speed through. So I have to sometimes think, okay, let me take a step back. Let me think about what I'm saying before I go ahead and I rush through the next phrase. So I have to think about what I'm saying. So that's something that I'm working on right now, is thinking through what I can do. Something else I'm working on is looking at my audience, making eye contact. Now that's a little hard through a digital platform, but making eye contact with my audience. Anna says that she talks too fast. Oh, me too, Anna. And what did she say? And I'm always scared that my jokes aren't as funny as I think they are. Oh, they're. I'm pretty sure they're very funny. Don't worry about that. So that's one thing. One more. Okay, I think everyone. Lorenza says I get tongue-tied so easily that's always in the back of my mind. But other than that, I'm fine. Lilia says she can't make eye contact either. Same. And then just nerves, overthinking or messing up, but I'm improving. So one tip to calm your nerves before, Caitlin and I like to do it. We take our Superman pose before going in and doing these presentations. We think that's really helpful. It really invigorates you to go out and feel confident before that. Caitlin, do you have anything?
I know for when I get tongue-tied pretty easily too. And I think one thing that really helped me prevent from getting tongue-tied is I used to write like a really detailed script of what I was going to say, and that made things worse. If you just have bullet points and then you just let it flow through your mind, you know what you're talking about, you can talk like you know what you're doing. If you just let yourself speak, relax, and not focus too much on the specific things to say, it's really easier to talk naturally.
Agreed. Same thing. We work towards making sure that we can kind of take a moment of breathing and then going out and speaking. Priya says, my voice can shake in front of a crowd even if I'm confident. So again, taking that deep breath, cleansing yourself before going on and doing that Superman pose that Caitlin and I love to do.
And practice. If anytime you can get in front of people and start talking, that shake will go away before you know it. Everything gets easier with practice.
So I'm glad we talked about that. I'm going to take a couple of questions, and let's start with this one question. When does Summit registration open? So Summit registration actually opens in the end of October. During the end of October, we'll send out an email for clubs to let them know where to register, what to register for. So keep a lookout on that. Check your email. Yeah, so end of October. Look for that email. We're gonna send that out soon.
And we will definitely advertise it on social media too. You guys will not miss it, we promise.
Yeah, it'll be on our club website, so don't worry about that. It's gonna be everywhere. We'll be advertising it. Where do you go to register for Summit? Yeah, that'll be on our club website. Let's see. Keep those questions coming. Anyone here uses the Kid Power app? Okay, I know this is a question to all of that, but I love my Kid Power app. I have my Kid Power band. I'm not wearing it right now because I'm sitting down, but Kid Power, love it. Use the app all the time. What about you, Caitlin?
Oh, absolutely. We gave it out as prizes for our club. Our most dedicated member got a Kid Power band and they all downloaded the app.
That's great. So cool. So did you have a competition or was it like?
Yeah, we actually did it for Trick or Treat for UNICEF. So the person who raised the most money got a Kid Power band. And we also, for a little fun thing, it wasn't a prize, but since we're walking around trick-or-treating, we told everybody to go get a Kid Power band beforehand since they're already getting those steps. So
see, that's smart thinking right there. You got to utilize that too. Okay, what is a National Council application like? Ooh, that's a good question. Do you want to go first, Caitlin, and talk about that?
Yeah, so they will open sometime in early 2019. So look for them around January. And what it is like a series of questions. And then that's like a first round. And then you have a video interview.
Yes. Sort of it's the application's kind of fun. You just answer questions about yourself. You answer questions about UNICEF. Easy peasy things. You just talk about yourself. And then you get to submit that. It'll open up in early 2019, as Caitlin said. Okay, let me see. Is there any financial aid opportunity for a club to go to the student annual summit? Yes, there is. Again, more information about that will be coming out soon, but we usually have a form that talks about scholarships and financial aid for clubs so that they can fund to go to the summit. Okay, let me see. Oh, I'm new. What is the summit?
The best thing ever.
Yes, that's it. That's it. It's the best thing. So the summit is a 4-day retreat to Washington, D.C., where club leaders across the country, club members across the country meet up, and we talk about UNICEF, we share our passions, and then we go and advocate on Capitol Hill.
It's very fun. It's a great opportunity to meet other UNICEF members around the nation. And there's always amazing guest speakers, and you learn so much more about UNICEF. It really sparks the passion and gets everybody super excited about UNICEF projects.
Yeah, I love the summit. Let's see. Oh, no problem. I'll leave. Again, I'm really sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, but you're welcome. What else? Let's see. I plan to present some info I learned and use. Although I plan to present some info I learned and use to lead better, am I supposed to present these symposiums to my club? You don't have to present these symposiums to your club, but we do encourage club members to join. We love having them join in. That helps them become better student leaders as well. So yes, come join us. Tell them to come join, but you take this info, take it back to your club, and you lead it yourself. That's the whole point of this thing. We want you guys to take initiative and be the best student leaders you already are. And then, how difficult is the time commitment for National Council? Caitlin, you want to take that?
I'd say you make time for what you want to make time for. Like I love UNICEF, so we make time for UNICEF. I'd say I'm an engineering major. I'm in soccer. I'm in UNICEF. I'm in college, and I have time for it all. There's definitely times where it's a little stressful, but if you want to make it work, you can make it work.
And I pronounced someone's name wrong. It was Olivia. No problem, Olivia. There's no confusion there. But yes, yeah, for a time commitment, it's amazing. Like honestly, like Caitlin said, you make time for what you want to make time for, and it doesn't feel like a time commitment for me when I do my UNICEF work. I love it. I'm always looking forward to it.
And you also have a team behind you. Like, I know I had tests last week, and Rio's like, "Girl, I got your back. Like, I'll do this for you." You know.
Caitlin's saving me too. We're a duo. We do this, and it's not just us. It's the whole team. Well, positive energy. Yes. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna take a couple more, and then we're gonna go ahead and end the session because we want to be conscious of time. But again, if you have questions that we haven't answered, DM us on Instagram. Keep them here. We'll try to answer them on the Facebook group. We'll try to answer them next session. We're going to answer your questions. So DM us, email us, and all those fun ways of communicating. I'll do like I'll type everything in the box in a second. So let's see. So where's the summit gonna be this year? Is it a hotel or a government building? So the summit is going to be in DC. It is going to there's going to be it's going to be at the Reagan Center. It was that Reagan Trade Center last year. So it's going to be locations the same place as last year. So it's going to be at that building, and hotels will be available for option on registration where you can go. And it's a Ronald Reagan International Trade Building.
And the hotel is it's a good place for a lot of clubs to stay, but it's not required. So I know my club, we had a very large group. We got an Airbnb that was close. So there's definitely options. We do provide a hotel option for you guys on registration.
Yeah, we give there's a lot of options for that. If we have a chaperone, do they get any organization directions to lead our club group in DC? Thanks, Jonathan. I'm sure we give resources to chaperones to make sure that they're clarified, they can always email us. We will have resources sent out to chaperones. Caitlin, anything else you want to add on?
Yeah, and there's also, we have, like, when you get there, there's definitely a whole planned out for you guys. There was the app that makes everything super easy and understandable. There's definitely resources so chaperones know how to lead their groups and clubs.
Okay, we're gonna take 2 more questions, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try to answer the rest of the questions through our Slack channel, through Facebook group. Again, DM us on Instagram if you have any questions. We're gonna try to answer all your questions. So, Zyra says, I remember an email once mentioning not to looking out for sponsoring a kid power classroom. Do you know when that starts and where? Again, look for emails about that, and look for we'll send out information about that soon. So, and do you guys have any UNICEF 101 questions now? We're going to take those questions up next. We'll answer these questions too, but we're going to take some UNICEF 101 questions. Do you have any of those? I can insert the Jeopardy music here.
I have a question. Where can we find this presentation again?
Where can we can find it on the UNICEF Club's channel, Club's website. We can find it on the PowerPoint section. So use it. What we presented today is a abbreviated, abridged version of like everything that's available for you on that UNICEF PowerPoint. So use that. It's on our website. It's under resources. It's under the PowerPoint Center. So you will definitely find this, and you'll find other PowerPoints as well. So Kid Power starts next month. Kid Power starts next month. To clarify that question, and what is Kid Power? Caitlin, you want to take that over?
It is a way, so we have kid power bands. I don't have mine on, but it tracks your steps, and then those points you enter to the app, and then those points go towards funding UNICEF and kid power. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you guys for joining today. We're so glad you guys all came. We're gonna take your questions on our Facebook group. I've just posted the link to join our Facebook group, and go ahead and join that. We'll try to answer the rest of the questions that that we may have not gotten to. Keep coming to our Leadership Symposium sessions. Keep coming on. Keep contacting us. Talk to us. We love talking to you. We love interacting with you. So we're so glad you guys came today, and hope you guys have a good night. Thank you guys for coming today.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you guys.